what I wonder about is I feel like, Xavi kind of went into a black hole in 2016 when he moved to Qatar, first as a player for Al Sadd, and then obviously as a manager. I don't know. I'm not in a position to evaluate the job he did there.
But you've seen some clips, right, of the way they play.
I've seen stuff. Yeah, I've seen people passing the ball and scoring goals. But I also know that in the Qatari league, I think there's 3 teams: Al Sadd, this is really granular. I don't even know how to pronounce it, and one other who generally have more money and bigger budgets, and owners who are more interested in it, and they're better run and better organized, and they tend to win. He's won 1 title in the 3 years he's there. I'm not in any position to judge. My concern, to some degree, is he's been away from Europe since 2016. He's a super bright guy. The opportunity to spend some time with him back as a player. He's super, super smart.
Yeah.
But equally, some of the warning signs. Other than Al Sadd, he has only ever played for the same club. He's played for different managers, but again, all managers who've been kind of in that Barcelona mold, right? With the exception possibly of Van Gaal, who still, when he was there the first time around, really tried to play that type of football. But the others, whether it's Rijkaard or Guardiola, obviously Luis Enrique. I'm just wondering, how long will the adjustment period be? And are we potentially heading towards another Pirlo situation?
I think it's a win-win situation for him. And that's why he will take the job. I think he cannot lose. If things don't go great, Koeman has left him a mess anyway. The club is a mess right now. It's a transition period that has been going on for 18 months. There's so much to do. This is a team that has lost confidence, and we saw that in the Rayo game completely. Not as strong as the teams in the past. So if it doesn't go well, it's easily Koeman's fault. If it goes well, and it can go well, because I think this is a guy who can inspire this team, not like Koeman did. But Xavi comes in with all the aura, the charisma, the know-how, because again, this is, that DNA that we were talking about, he's got it. He knows what to do. He knows exactly the drills to make them play the Barcelona way and the way he plays. I mean, last night I went and watched some outside clips, and of course I know there were clips that were there for a reason. I didn't watch the whole game, and I don't expect them to play like that the whole 90 minutes of games.
Yeah, I also wouldn't expect outside social media a team to upload clips of them losing to Al Gharafa or whatever.
But still, some of the stuff that they played and the way they built from the back and the passing and the movement was great. At that kind of level, I know, but it's also with players that are not as good as the ones in the Barca squad right now. So I think
against teams who aren't as good as the ones
of course. So it's all relative.
Yeah,
I give you that. But I still think that Xavi can walk in that dressing room and say, okay, I've seen what you've done. This is the way we're going to go at it. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to work on. That movement, that pattern of play, everything. And I really believe he can do that. But for me, he can't lose, because even if the second half of the season now, slightly more, is not a success, he can't be blamed for it, because he's arriving.
I'll tell you what would be very problematic for him is if he comes in. They don't finish top 4, which is entirely possible.
Yeah.
They get knocked out of the Champions League in the group stage, which is entirely possible.
Yeah.
Suddenly Barcelona are down another 120 million, something like that, in lost revenue. And so then there's more cuts in the summer. And then more people have to be sold. And then nobody else comes in. And then people say, oh, look, here's more guys. Gabi and Nico look good in what we've seen so far. Okay, here's Bebo and Tomate, put them in too. And or whatever, or go back and play Aguero every game.
But in that case,
and then he's there, and then people eventually turn, and then you've kind of burned your shot at Barcelona. Because look, there's a lot of former Barcelona players right out there who've gone into management. Not all of them get to manage Barcelona.
Yeah.
I think Xavi's a smart guy. I think he will have done his homework. I would hope. First thing I do is I say, Johan, I want to see all the books at the club. I want to know what the plan is in terms of technical director, whatever else. I'm going to take all these books, all this accounting stuff, and I'm going to give it all to these accounting nerds over here, and they're going to tell me if you're telling the truth. Because frankly, there's no reason to trust so much about this club because of the way it's been run. Right?
Yeah.
Laporta has to go and earn trust.
Yeah.
I know he didn't create most of the mess, but, you know, he still needs to earn trust in that sense.
Definitely.
Because we saw how the Messi thing played out. We saw how the Griezmann thing played out. He needs to earn trust, right? I just wonder, and I say this as somebody who really, really likes Xavi, whether maybe the best thing for him wouldn't have been an intermediary step in Europe rather than jumping straight into a dumpster fire.
Okay, but then Pep, you've got examples and counter examples and everything. Yeah, Pirlo didn't work out, and maybe Pirlo wasn't ready. But Pirlo, apart from a few games with the under-19s at Juventus, had no experience whatsoever, not even in Qatar.
Yeah.
And Pep with the B team at Barcelona, and there's other examples that have worked to do the way Barca is doing the Xavi way, and others that show that it didn't work. But
I'm not making the analogy with Pep. I'm sorry. I'm not buying that analogy because Pep took over a team that had won the Champions League 3 years before. That was not in a financial mess.
Of course.
That had Lionel Messi. So I don't think that's.
No. But in terms of lack of experience, I meant.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.